Hello guys, in today's video I'm going to show you 11 tips to speed up your PC. So let's get started. Tip number 1. Uninstall bloatware. All you have to do is just right click your start button, go to apps and features, and then look for apps that you don't need. For example, Aura Creator, bloatware. The way you find out that you don't need an app is check whether you use it or not. Some of the most common ones are McAfee antivirus or Malwarebytes, stuff like that you can install completely. You can scroll down through the full list. If you're looking for the largest application, you can sort by size and then look for the app that's taking up the most amount of storage, and you can uninstall it very easily. Say for example, there's Foxit Reader, just click the 3 dots, uninstall, and that's it. Tip number 2, startup optimization. If you right click your start button again, go to Task Manager this time, go to Startup, and then make sure the apps that you need are enabled and the ones you don't need are disabled. To check that, you can click on Status up here, and you will see all the disabled apps down below and enabled apps up here. Now you can just go ahead and check stuff you need or you don't, and then disable them. For example, Microsoft Edge, I don't want you to start on startup, disabled. Discord is okay, ASUS is okay, everything else is okay. For you, it might look slightly different. Disable the apps that you don't need, and you should increase your startup time. You can compare your before and after just up here. Last BIOS time, 12.7 seconds to start from pressing the power button to getting to Windows lock screen. That's pretty fast. And once you disable most of them, it can go even faster. Tip number 3, there are 2 ways to clean your disk. There is a built-in utility for cleaning temporary files. If you type in disk cleanup, press enter and press OK on your C drive, and then select all the checkboxes and click on this button, clean up system files. Click on OK, and then click on temporary Windows install files. There we have 400 megabytes freed up. Press OK and delete. While that deletes, we can go to storage on our start menu and then click on storage settings, and then turn on storage sense. If you want to automatically free up space, delete temporary files, the stuff we did just a moment ago, just turn it on. You'll say delete files in my recycle bin that are older than 30 days during low disk free space. You can also do it every day, stuff like that. This is your choice, but that's one way to clean your disk. You can just click it manually here as well if you don't want automation. There you have it. That will also speed up your disk. Tip number 4, set your power plan to high performance mode. To do that, you just press start, type in power options. That will give you the option to edit power plan. Do that, click on power options up here, and there you can see we have some options over here. By default, it should be set to balanced, but you should be setting it to turbo or high performance in some systems. The name may change, but it does the same thing, allows you the maximum amount of performance that your PC can endure, and that's what I recommend when you're plugged in. If you're on a laptop, you might want to switch to balanced when you're on battery. Other than that, you can reuse the turbo mode. Tip number 5, enable performance mode built into Windows. To activate that, right click your start button and then go to system, then click on advanced system settings, then go to performance tab and then go to settings, and then you can click on performance mode. If you do this, it will squeeze out every bit of juice from your processor, graphics card, remove any unnecessary animations from Windows that will make it significantly faster. So if you want to try that, press OK, and there we go. You can see everything is lightning quick, no animations, just flies. If you have a system that can endure those animations, you can leave it on this, but if you want to squeeze out everything, just use the best performance mode. Tip number 6, turn off indexing. Indexing is Microsoft's way of actually speeding up search results when you're searching from the start menu. If I search P107, you can see the file comes up. But if you don't search often and all your files are organized properly, then you probably don't need indexing. And if your PC is not the fastest available, then I highly recommend disabling indexing. To do that, press start and type in indexing. Click on indexing options, go to advanced, and then uncheck every file, and then it won't be indexed at all. You can also go to modify and then uncheck this box that will stop the index completely. You can also uncheck these folders specifically if you don't want certain folders to be indexed. Number 7, disable notifications built into Windows 10 and Windows 11. This one's very easy. It is actually using resources in the background to show you all the notifications on time. But for most Windows users, it's pretty useless. So I highly recommend you turning it off to get some extra performance. To do that, press start, go to notifications. Yes, turn the switch off and you're good to go. Very easy. Number 8, fresh install Windows. If your Windows is not working properly, even after doing the first 7 things that I showed in this video, you can do a reset from here. Just reset this PC, click on reset, and that will give you these options. If you want to keep your files, just select this. If you want to remove everything, you can select this. Basically, very simple option to get your PC back to factory settings and get it going as fast as possible. Even after installing fresh Windows, if you feel like your Windows doesn't perform that well, I highly recommend you update your drivers. Now, I've made videos in the past about how to update your graphics drivers from NVIDIA, about how to update your Ethernet drivers for Realtek, as well as your audio and chipset drivers on your PC. You can watch all those videos, I've linked them up there, but it is very straightforward, depends on the computer you have, very easy to install. Now number 10 is a hardware upgrade, and I recommend adding more RAM if your PC doesn't have enough. How to check it? Just right click your start button, go to Task Manager, and go to Performance. Here you will see the total capacity and the capacity that you are using. If this number is below 50%, you're golden when you're doing not much of anything. But when you're working, if you open the same thing and if this is maxed out, 80% or above, highly recommend that you add more RAM to have some leeway when you're multitasking or switching between apps or games, anything. In modern computers, 16 gigabytes is more than enough. But if you're doing any sort of productivity tasks, I recommend 32 gigabytes of RAM. Number 11, get an SSD. If your PC already has enough RAM and you still feel like, oh, it's still working slow, there's a good chance that an SSD will fix that. Why? Because SSDs are getting cheaper, they're faster than they used to be. If I go to Amazon, you can have a terabyte of SSD for $109 US. That is cheap, and I think if you have a spinning hard drive like this one, 2 terabyte disk is $50 US. It's going to be about 10 to 15 times faster in random reads and writes. And that's what makes the difference in operating system speed as well as computer speed. So don't look at this price and go, oh, I'll buy the hard drive because I get 2 terabytes. Instead, get a 1 terabyte SSD and then you're talking. There's an article here from photographylife.com. If you look at these numbers, on the left is a hard drive, regular spinny hard drive, and on the right is an SSD. You can make the decision for yourself. And if you're really into high-speed storage, you can even go for NVMe SSDs, which is down here, which is even faster than a normal SSD. But jumping from a 950 EVO that is demoed here to 950 Pro M.2 is not a huge leap when it comes to Windows performance, but getting from this to this is a really good upgrade. So I highly recommend it for most people. And there you have it, guys. Those are the 11 tips that I personally use day to day to speed up my PC. If you think I missed any, let me know down in the comments below. And smash that like button if this video helped you. Consider subscribing and dinging that notification bell just down there. You can check out my other content right up here. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.